John 13:10. Dicite Iesus, qui lotus est non indiget ut lavet, sed est mundus totus, et vos mundi estis, sed non omnes. Jesus said to him, He who has been cleaned does not have need that he should wash. Rather, he is completely clean. And you guys are clean, but not all. That is, all of you. Here we have another historical present, with Iesus as the subject responding to Peter's refusal to be cleaned by him. Therefore, our ei here is referring to Peter. Then we have this quotation of Jesus. Qui introduces a relative clause, which ends right here. So, he who was cleaned, or he who has been cleaned. And this relative clause is our subject of indiget. And then we have this ut lavet. This could be understood as object clause plus subjunctive. Notice our et ending on a first conjugation verb. It is worth keeping in mind that we do have some meaningful textual variants in this verse. The only one really worth mentioning is this one right here, written in blue. Ukaki krian ime tus podas nipsaste. Meaning, he does not have need to wash except for his feet, or with the exception of his feet. So this phrase right here goes unrendered in the Vulgate. However, there are Latin translations that do have this phrase rendered. And furthermore, there are Greek manuscripts that don't have this phrase at all. Now, the Nestle-Aland 28th edition of the Greek New Testament accepts this reading with the phrase into the main text, and therefore proposes it as the original reading. So, without an exemplary textual critical reason to omit this, we should probably side with the Nestle-Aland 28th edition. And more to the point for our Latin today, this does not mean that the Vulgate is an unfaithful translation. It is far more charitable and more accurate to say it is a faithful translation of the Greek text that our translator had access to, with necessary distortions being made to accommodate the target language, as is true with all translation. So, the washed man hasn't need to wash, but he is completely clean. This statement having been made, he then says, Et vos mundi estis, and you guys are clean. Sed non omnes, but not all of you. Vos mundi, the group that vos is referring to here is the disciples, but then he qualifies that statement by saying, sed non omnes, clarifying that not all of them are clean, and we'll have a little bit more insight into that in the next verse.